I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, but those tiny shampoo bottles that you like to steal from hotels are on their way out, and Rachel Belle thinks it's about dang time.
Of course I do. I'm the resident hippie and environmentalist in the studio here, even though you were the first one to get a Prius.
That's true, but I didn't do it as virtue signaling. I did it because I wanted to save gas.
Exactly.
And then suddenly everybody thought I was this big environmentalist, which I suppose I am. But that wasn't the reason I bought it. So you feel that you felt guilty every time you threw away a half-used shampoo bottle because it was going to end up in a blowhole of a sea creature somewhere.
Yes, I did. Well, I never threw them away. Actually, I wouldn't open them because I usually travel with my own shampoo and conditioner.
Really?
And there's always the temptation to use the little bottles, but I often wouldn't open them because I felt guilty that if I used it once or twice, then they were just going to take it away and throw it away.
Right.
And then it would be wasted, so I would just not use them at all and use my own stuff because I was like, oh, it's so wasteful.
But they probably still throw them away because they don't know whether you used them or not. Maybe you just used like a little dab, but that still taints it for the next guest.
No! I could have been using all that crappy shampoo. Well, I hope people are getting used to this. You know, we've taken away plastic bags. We've now banned plastic straws. Right. And I think there needs to be an emotional connection because people were really into banning the straws because the whole campaign involved animals and sea creatures and how it was hurting them and they were dying. And you got to see these graphic images. And then people connect to that because they love animals. So I think that's what we need to do on all levels, or at least, you know, remind people that we're going to be killing ourselves eventually. But this, to me, is so easy because what they're going to do is, you may have this at the gym already.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to take away shampoo and conditioner completely. They're just going to have those big pumps in the shower that will get refilled. And they were slightly worried in the article I read that some people would be grossed out by that. And to that I say, get a grip. There are no germs involved, you know, where you're just pumping like nobody's done anything and put anything into the supply. Hopefully. But this just doesn't make sense. You know, you think about how many hotels there are in the country, in the world, how many of these tiny bottles they go through. It's just wasteful. There's really no reason. And most people just steal them anyway.
My wife especially. When we come back from a trip, her purse is full of enough shampoo for a year.
Yeah.
So at least we use it, but then we throw away the bottles. You know what I did, though?
What?
I bought a new kind of food wrap to replace the plastic wrap.
Ooh, did you get that waxy thing?
The beeswax stuff. So I brought it home, and I wrapped my first bowl of leftover grapes in it, I believe, yesterday. And I have yet to unwrap it and see if they stayed fresh.
Ooh, but I bet you're excited to do that.
Because I get to, well, it costs $18, so it's fairly expensive, but you're supposed to use it for a year.
Yeah, all it is just getting this new stuff, and then you just start using it and you forget what you used to use. It's like every time people complain about the bag ban or like, you know, you can't smoke inside. Of course, there's going to be a lot of complaining. And then we're human. We get used to stuff really easily, and you don't even remember how you did it before. There's just a weird cultural thing that divides people. It's like some people resist this so hard because they think that there is some kind of lifestyle that comes with it. Like, I'm going to become a liberal if I start, you know, bringing my own bags. There's just these kind of strange, like, emotional things that people hold on to, because I get a lot of messages from people who are really upset about bag bans, and it's in places like Tacoma and
Is that
Everett.
the reason? Because they think that it will turn them into liberals if they can't use a certain kind of bag?
I think that there is an association with liberals do this and conservatives do this, and I don't want to do what the liberals do. There's like an identity wrapped up in it. And I think that's, you know, humans have that all the time. It's like, I can't give up meat. I'm the meat guy. You know, like, even though my doctor says I should eat less, like, this is who I am. I'm meat guy. I always barbecue. And so I think stuff like this, sometimes you have to give up a little of your identity and the worry that people are going to think you're a dirty hippie just because you're not going to use a little shampoo bottle.
If your identity is wrapped up in something, just make sure it's wrapped up in something biodegradable.